Hi, my name is Africa Lucas. I'm a UWM graduate student. I've been at UWM since 2007 until 2016. I wanted to record my commencement submission for my UWM story to be told. I started with being able to have my story of overcoming a mild traumatic brain injury in 2011 be read at my bachelor's degree ceremony in 2013. So I am writing to acknowledge a faculty staff that was actually the person behind me being able to make it through undergraduate school and now into graduate school. So I wanted to share with you guys my story. I typed it up for submission, and if you could just listen. I actually was never going to apply to college. I was scared and I had no money to go to school. I met with my high school and principal and English teacher to begin the process in 2007. I told myself that I would apply to UWM, and if I didn't get in, I wouldn't go to college at all. So I applied at UWM in spring of 2007, and I got an acceptance letter that spring. I cried and called a few significant people in my life to tell them the news. It was at that moment that I had realized I was the second person in my family to ever go to college. Throughout my UWM college experience, every step of the way has been a challenge or a test I had to face with extreme difficulty. And being the second in my family to ever attend undergraduate school, you find out you don't have educated and formal supports to help you navigate through college. I started out as a visual arts major, and my future employment perspective was slim. I was frustrated and undecided about what to do, not knowing what major or the process to change my major. I enrolled in my second love, a helping profession, and changed my major to social work. My second class ever was in social work 310 that I took in 2011. The instructor there was AmY Kirby, UWM faculty staff. It was her first time teaching the class. We never met each other before, but I was instantly drawn to her knowledge and her professionalism. At the end of the class, she made a genuine offer to help guide any student that wanted to know more about the process and credentialing for social work. So I stayed after. I mostly talk, and as always, AmY always listens. AmY listened to my fears, confusion, and frustration. By the end of the conversation, she provided her UWM contact information, leaving me with an open invitation to have an anchor, access, and guidance in an unknown process. Little did I know that from 2011 until 2016, we would be the toughest times in my life as a UWM student. A time that seemed to last forever went so fast. I shared that after my mild traumatic brain injury, that I was able to connect with the Accessibility Resource Center for visa accommodations and connect with the counseling staff there. And the road to recovery was mapped out from day one with actually AmY. By this time, she had transitioned into an advising role and wasn't even my advisor. But whenever I called or showed up, it was like having a VIP pass to somebody special. I knew that when I got with AmY, I would leave and be on the right path. AmY helped me extend my graduation from 2011 to 2013, out by 2 whole years, allowing me to recover from a brain injury that left me blind for a period of time, a long and short-term memory impairment, and my ability to process paperwork and things with class. She had also set me up with tutoring, and the School of Helen Bader fought on my behalf through financial aid to give me coverage and extend me from my undergrad by 2 more years. I did graduate in 2013 with a bachelor's degree of science or social work, generalist practice. But through my many meetings with AmY, who advocated for me to enter graduate school and instructed me through yet another process. By this time, she transitioned into the MSW specialist, which was the position I felt that spoke to her expertise and service of what she does with me. That fall of 2013 was unprecedented trials in my life. They began to unfold. I had suicidal thoughts from a devastating marriage while losing my home and separation and then later on divorce. I was now a single mother, raising 2 boys, and newly accepted graduate student. But thanks to AmY, I was a graduate student. She was the first call to discuss the heartbreak, the headache, and the disbelief that I was even smart enough to get into graduate school. I entered graduate school on probation that I was relieved of 2 years later. I wondered if I could really handle graduate school at a time when my life was falling apart. But AmY and I had mapped out a plan. So we stuck to the plan, and AmY made sure of it. She made sure I was able to utilize and apply for any and every opportunity, including the YOSTAT, which is Youth-Orientated Substance Abuse and Trauma Counseling Program, to assist with financial aid that we needed or we foreseen down the road when planning things out. You would think my life experiences would have stopped by then or there, but they just increased in magnitude. I went through my divorce proceedings, dislocated housing, and joblessness all in a few months. We had moved 8 times and losing personal possessions and instability with housing. AmY was the only consistent person in my life when it came to school, as anxiety increased every semester of what to do next. It was like the accident commercial. One call and that's all. Well, that's how I felt about AmY. Another life test that would try to make me give up on school, I would say one call and that's all. I felt like all I had to do was call AmY and we would plan it out. So each semester we sat down, we mapped out our journey. As me being an African American student facing life's difficulties in the college process, AmY and I made it easy. We set the mark and I reached it. She helped me through so many different life transitions by bringing the same knowledge and professionalism that I first saw in her from the very beginning. The boys and I had made it through so far with school, we planned out and extended my graduate degree based off of what I could handle each and every semester. I am extremely proud to say, other than my mother, who reminded me at a very devastating point in my life, Africa, your degree is just around the corner. I ran the race of life experience in college at UWM was a marathon. It's not how fast you run the race. It's your ability to endure. And this endurance came from that faculty, staff like AmY, who extended an invitation, and she's seen it all the way through to today. And I can say that the race is not over. I stand before you, the second ever to get a bachelor's degree in my family, and the first ever to obtain a master's of social work degree in direct practice of mental and behavioral health, substance abuse counselor in training, trauma-informed care certified, a YOSTAT recipient who will graduate with honors, all because AmY ran that race with me. And for you, AmY, I am forever grateful.